Everybody at the wake thought I was the strong one. Mom on my arm, the speech right after the priest, the plates filled. The parking lot at 3:45 is the part nobody is saying out loud. Dad died on a Sunday in February. Lung cancer, diagnosed in October, gone in 4 months. The wake was held the following Saturday at the Knights of Columbus Hall on Route 4. I'm Michael, the older. My brother David is 6 years younger. 3 days before Dad died, he asked me, alone, to come over and sit with him in the den. He told me there was a manila envelope in the top drawer of his desk. He told me what was inside it before I opened it. He said he had ordered a paternity test 8 years earlier. He said he had never told Mom. He said the test had come back the way he had quietly been afraid it would come back, and he had not done anything about it because he had not wanted to lose either of his sons, and he had decided when he got sick that he was not going to die with this still sitting in his drawer. The test said David was not his son. Dad said, and I am writing this down word for word because I have written it down many times in my head, Dad said, "This is yours to do with what you want. I am going to die in a week. After I am gone, you will decide whether your mother and your brother carry this with them or whether it stays in the drawer." I took the envelope. I drove home. I did not open it again for 3 days. I opened it once in the parking lot of a Wawa at midnight on a Friday. I was inside the envelope for 4 minutes. Then I put it back in the glove box and I drove home and I went to sleep next to my wife and I did not tell her either. At the wake on Saturday, I drank 2 beers I did not finish. I shook hands with relatives I do not remember. My brother David spoke after me. He talked about the time Dad had taught him to drive a stick on a back road outside the lake house. He cried and the room cried with him, and I watched him from the front row and I knew something he did not know, and I felt the envelope in the inside pocket of my suit jacket like a hot coal. At 3:45 I went outside for air. My great aunt Patricia was outside smoking. Patricia is the family node, the one who calls everyone, who carries the gossip, who pretends not to gossip. I stood next to her and I said something I had told myself I was not going to say. I told her about the envelope. I told her about the test. I told her what Dad had told me. I told her specifically what the test had said about David. I did this in a tone of grief. I did this with my eyes wet. I did this saying, I don't know what to do. And I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew that Patricia would not hold it for a day, and I knew that by Sunday afternoon it would be a chain of phone calls covering 26 people, and I knew it would reach my mother before I did. I did not call my mother that night. I did not call her Sunday morning. She found out by phone from her sister at 1 in the afternoon on Sunday, 22 hours after Dad was in the ground. David found out from a cousin on Tuesday. He drove to Mom's. They sat in her kitchen and they did the math out loud together on a piece of paper. He has not spoken to her since. He has not spoken to me either because I told him on a phone call on Wednesday that I'd known since Friday and had not had the courage to call him. He hung up. It has been 8 months. The wake was the last family event we attended together. Dad gave me the envelope. He told me it was mine to do with what I wanted. I did the thing I wanted to do. I have not figured out yet why I wanted it. What would you have done? Tell me in the comments.